and welcome to Out of Britain. From here in London, I'm coming to you from a very unique but an iconic festival that is being recreated from Odisha all the way to London. Odisha, like many people say, is India's best kept secret. Today, we shine a spotlight on this beautiful community created by Odia people, contributing silently yet powerfully to Britain, to India, through their entrepreneurship, through education, through technology, medicine, and from this fair, which is called Bali Jatra, being recreated here, which is one of Odisha's iconic festivals. We honor the spirit of sailors who set out many thousands of years ago from the eastern side of India to promote, to exchange trade, culture, not just preserve it, but mind you, promote it many, many thousands of years ago. Did you ever hear about Bali Jatra, which today is the world's largest of its kind maritime trade fair? Here on this Out of Britain episode, we bring you all of that recreated in London. And Bali Jatra technically or literally means a journey to Bali, Indonesia. Yeah. But not just Indonesia, to many Southeast Asian countries. And why is Bali Jatra so important to the state of Odisha? Why it has so much cultural significance? And why does it contribute so much to the economy, trade, market, to just a lot of other fraternities? Shweta Mohanty, tell us, what is Bali Jatra?
Well, typically Odisha is known as a spiritual abode. It is the land of Lord Jagannath. But not many people know that Odisha had a thriving entrepreneurial spirit, yes, which is what Bali Jatra represents. And this is what we want to bring to fore, that Odisha had a rich maritime heritage where our very courageous Odia mariners, whom we call the Sadhavas, they used to undertake these journeys all the way to Sri Lanka, and from Sri Lanka they used to use the ocean currents to go to different parts of Southeast Asia. And the cultural imprints of these voyages are still alive across Southeast Asia, be it in the textiles, be it in the folk, be it in the art, be it in the festivals, food, and it's just right out there. Exactly. So we want to, kind of bring that out, and in fact, to bring that out and share it with the wider world.
Of course.
We had an event yesterday at the House of Parliaments, which we termed it as Global South Maritime Heritage Summit, where we had individuals from Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, the Labour Party Southeast Asia, the APPJ Indonesia. They all participated, and we told them this is our shared legacy. And they were so happy about it that we created that kind of awareness amongst them.
Tell me, when was the first Bali Jatra in Odisha?
300 BC it started, and whatever Shweta says absolutely right. And at that time, the Astro navigation system was there, and that's how they used to travel from Odisha to all the neighboring countries for the trading. So it was really amazing, and nobody knows about it. And that's how we are here to promote our culture and heritage to the world. We are Odia. We are not behind the West Bengal, not side the Bihar. We are Odisha. We have our identity. We have our own food. We have our own language. We have our own culture. We are in the place of Lord Jagannath. We are here. So thank you very much. And you came here to cover us. Thank you.
Thank you. This is truly lovely for me to be enriched with all the culture, etc., of the community. Did it happen in this time of the year, November?
Yeah, that's correct. So the Bali Jatra is the largest open air event in the world, in Qatar.
Yeah. And, sorry, let's say that again, because this is an important fact. When I was researching as well, it's definitely Asia's, but it's one of the world's largest open air marketplaces or fairs.
Yeah, that's
Of
correct.
that sort.
So you find a lot of stalls, and the reason it is in Cuttack is because that's where the Sadhavas went ashore. But now Mahanadi is not navigable because of the silting, because of the sand. So obviously we want to bring back that glory that it can be done. So it's not that we want to create the same spirit or same the way they were going, but we want to kind of promote the whole trade, the shipping, the ports in Odisha.
Keep that exchange alive.
Yes.
Yeah, keep the exchange alive.
We want to bring back the entrepreneurial spirit in Odisha, because Odisha, somewhere I
Is it
feel,
gone?
yes, I feel that is missing now. So people in
Why?
maybe something, maybe historically, and I want to do some more research on it. So this is just the beginning. We want to write a book on it, and we want to discover the great Kalinga dynasty, which kind of ruled the whole of Southeast Asia. The first king of Maldives was from the Kalinga dynasty. The first king of Sri Lanka was from Odisha. And not many people know about it, not even we know about it. So I feel this is where more research has to be done. And most importantly, it is to revive the entrepreneurial spirit of India. Because when Prime Minister Modi says that India has to reach a $50 trillion economy, and a lot of it has to come from development of eastern part of India, and that will happen when the entrepreneurial spirit is reignited.
But I have noticed that a lot of cuisine is dominated by incoming traders. For example, if you went to Kerala, a lot of the food in Kerala has spices coming from, has spices grown locally, but food which is influenced by the Arab economies. But what I've noticed, and I'm pleasantly surprised, is that I think Bali Jatra has been successful in trying to export a lot of things. Spices, which speaks of the entrepreneurial spirit, how adventurous Odisha people are.
Yeah, means that's what we need to. The Bali Jatra's spirit is about 2000 years ago in 200 BCs or 300 BCs. So that's what we have to remind them now, that how courageous we used to be before, when there was no proper navigation system, no proper engines. So we have to navigate through the wind things. It's like an ecosystem, like without damaging the
Nature.
The nature.
Yeah.
And this is what we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
So one of my friends is here. We're also trying to build a shipping company, which is on the electric ships, like electric boats.
Yeah.
So on the EV boats.
Yeah.
So these are the things we connecting, and that idea also because we came last year. So that idea come up from this Bali Jatra as well, last year's Bali Jatra.
Of course.
So
Bali Jatra is not just a festival.
Yeah,
No.
it's a memory.
It's a memory, and hopefully it won't remain a memory. It'll be thriving, and it'll be reignited and reinfused with a lot of energy. If Bali Jatra had to be represented on a sari, then this is how it would look. Just so happens that this tussar silk is a blue, something like the ocean, right? And these are all hand woven. These are hand woven on a tussar silk with that beautiful boat. And one of the key strengths, I think, in this trade fair is the textile and the beautiful hand woven designs that Odisha has to offer to the rest of the world. But I don't have people from Odisha, but people from the rest of India.
Assam.
From Assam.
I am from Uttarakhand, but married to an Uriya in Bhubaneswar.
Okay, wow. Now, what are you wearing?
I think this is Uriya sari. I don't know what it is called. I think she did tell me.
It is beautiful, isn't it? With the hand woven.
No, I'm from Assam, so I love fabric or all the saris and looms and all. Like, I'm connected to, so I love it.
Yes.
Here, actually, I'm really surprised to see here the diversity of people. Especially, you just met a Punjabi lady who is married to Uriya, but she is really Punjabi.
She's really Punjabi from Uttarakhand, married to an Oriya.
Yes.
You're really confused.
No. I'm not confused at all. I'm married to an Uriya.
Clarity that you have.
Yes.
What did the Odia husband teach you? What is it about Odia people that you'd like to share?
People, food, the culture, everyone coming together, Bali Yatra. It's such a special occasion, for everyone has joined us from different communities from Assam. You see Gujaratis are here. And I have people, those who have come overseas, especially to
attend.
have a feel and a... Yeah.
It does feel like a market fair, right? It does feel like people from different places have come. And that's what it's meant to be. This Bali Yatra is meant to be exactly that. I'm going to jump across to this section, which has some of the colors that Odissi textile has to offer. This, of course, is a traditional one. And I think I would be right in saying that much of your collection is hand-woven stuff.
The entire collection is hand-woven. The we are an exclusive brand which deals with the Odisha textiles, and these are all hand woven, handcrafted saris, and we specialize from all the different clusters of Odisha. Odisha has various clusters. One state has over 5 to 6 clusters, and they weave different kinds of patterns and different kinds of motif, different kinds of material. So it's very rich when it comes to textiles in the state of Odisha.
Beautiful. Give me one. Tell me what's your favorite. Let's see what your favorite.
This saree is
Oh,
favorite.
look at this. Beautiful.
Every saree is our favorite piece because it comes with the emotion of the weavers. And most importantly, we work mostly with the marginalized weavers, and we try to reflect the emotion of the weaver in terms of the handcrafting, the traditional designs, and also the modern age women's considering emotion out of the see, basically this is Konark Chakra, which is the seventh wonder of the world. So it resonates about the history of Orissa. Then Orissa has a lot of forest, which is all about the elephants, which are also quite popular. Then you have the squirrels, you have the fishes. So every sari has a
story to tell,
And
yeah.
importantly, fishes being it being a coastal region, so you have fishes woven. That's how Orissa is more popular also. Orissa textile takes inspiration from nature. So you will see in every detail, you will see some inspiration, whether it's a butterfly, squirrel, fish, or a turtle. So
Or elephants from the forest.
absolutely.
I'm glad you mentioned nature, because Orissa being on the east coast and one which has beautiful nature really, but also has borne the brunt of a lot of cyclones, a lot of heavy rain.
Region. It's a coastal region, very much prone to cyclone and natural disaster. Yes, natural disaster.
And is that why Orissa people, and women especially, are known to be resilient?
No, I would say that they are very bold, courageous, and they are homemakers as well as they are women leading, Draupadi Murmu, who is holding the highest position and the highest seat. So definitely we cannot say that Orissa women are far behind anything. Rather, they're always on the top, but they always maintain a very low profile. That's what is... you should also notice the beautiful saris she wears, because each piece is from Orissa, promoting. She's one of our flag bearers when it comes to the Orissa textile.
You're a fantastic ambassador really to the nation and to the state.
Utkal is the old name of Odisha. So Odisha was primarily previously called Utkal.
Gupchup also means gossip, but it also means like Pani Puri in Odisha.
Can I have my mic back, please? Please. No, he said no.
You can have only dahi bada or dahi bhalla in other parts of India, but this is we combine that with some curry, this chickpea curry, and then with dum aloo.
And these two are Chena Gaja. This has started in the Jagannath temple in Puri.
You do know the famous story of Rasagulla, that it was born in Odisha, and often the Bengalis and the Odisha people always have this battle of who owns Rasagulla. But I think it's fair to say that all of India owns Rasagulla. But very uniquely to Odisha are a few sweets, and we can't stay away from talking about food, can we? When we talk of some of the important sweets, and these are supposed to be bestsellers in any fair, especially for people of Southeast Asian countries such as Bali and so on. So tell us, Mr. Tripathi, Sanjeev Tripathi and Sushri.
Yeah.
This is the sweet couple. I just met them now. They are the sweet making couple and the sweet couple.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we have made different kinds of sweets and savories, but these three items which we have kept on the plate, these two are known as Chena Gaja, these two are known as Khua Peda, and these two are known as Lavanga Lata. So
Lavanga Lata.
Lata. So the
Are usually sweets named after women?
usually yes,
Usually,
it is very feminine. The meaning of Lavanga means it's clove in English, and Lata means creeper.
I see.
So it's like a creeper, it twisted, and there is a clove, you can see it. So usually these are made during the marriages. When the girl goes to the boy's house after the marriage, these are given as a gesture of mother's love to the daughter. So that's how it's known as Lavanga Lata.
Love that creeps over.
Yeah.
And okay.
And these two are Chena Gaja. This has started in the Jagannath temple in Puri. Most of the sweets in Orissa are from Jagannath temples. And these are only made in the month of Margashira, which is going on now. And it is it is given to
Offered to the Lord.
Jagannath as prasadam, because in the month of this kind of early winter, these are very good for health because of the cheese and ghee in that.
Okay.
And these are traditional pedas, you can say. Not.
What's your favorite?
I love this too.
Okay, what's yours?
Mine is this too.
Yours, you like the latas?
Yes,
The lavangam.
that is also.
Absolutely.
Okay, have a sweet life back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So while the Odisha version of puchka or pani puri, which is gupchup, is going on there. Gupchup. I thought gupchup is gossip.
No, that's
So yeah. Gupchup also means gossip, but it also means like pani puri in Odisha.
Okay.
basically gossip with having the
Gossip with gupchup.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm here to introduce you to Chena Paesh.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Chena pies is basically you have rabdi, which is condensed milk with infusion of cardamom, saffron, and a little bit of sugar. And along with that, you put chena, which is basically the crumbled paneer. It is the version of, cottage cheese that you say. So you put it, and this is also one of the things which you offer as the chappan bhog in the Puri Jagannath temple. So yes, this is Odisha's one of the favorite.
This is Odisha's sweet.
Yes, this is Odisha's sweet.
What's your name?
Adhiraj Krishna.
Adhiraj Krishna. Can I have my mic back, please? Please. No, he said no. No, I'll have to give it to him. So, this is Chena Paesh, which is made by you.
Yeah.
And this is being offered to everyone, which is one of Odisha's top sweets again. Paesh, but a nice, authentic, traditional one, which is a bowl of goodness, full of sweets. If it's idli sambar in Tamil Nadu, if it is poha and jalebi in Madhya Pradesh, it's got to be dahi vada from Odisha. And I have with me two people who are from IT worlds, but look at them today in vibrant kurtas selling the hot seller. This is dahi vada, or as Odisha people call it,
Dahi bada aloo dum.
Dahi
The whole
vada,
combination.
aloo-
Yeah. Aloo dum.
aloo dum.
Yes.
Why is it so special? Why do you guys love dahi vada so much?
I mean, it's in our emotions. Like we can have it in breakfast, we can have it in lunch, you can have it in dinner, we can have it all the whole day.
Of course.
Yeah.
And why is this version so different? Dahi vada aloo dum.
Yeah, and you can only find it in Odisha. Like you can have only dahi bada or dahi valla in other parts of India, but this is like we combine that with some curry, this chickpea curry, and then with dum aloo. But we usually have it separately. But in Odisha, like we'll find it together, all together. Like you complete this.
Oh, I see. Shall we have you plate while you talk about the emotion of just the dahi vada? So, I have always had dahi vada on its own with the dahi. Let's see how you mix it up, and then I can.
More like a combination of husband and wife, I can say. So if you have it on its own, it's more like a husband who is alone, and so the combination is husband. It's more like a family, husband, wife, and the kids.
So, who's the husband here?
This
Dahi vada is the
yeah,
husband.
dahi vada.
Okay. So it's a combination here. The family is coming together. First goes the dahi vada
Spices in the life.
with
Yeah.
spices in line. Look at these two IT men who are really adding color and flavor to what they're selling, because usually they say IT men can be boring, but clearly not.
Clearly not. Yeah.
Oh, clearly not. So are you from Cuttack?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. And what brought you to London?
The job,
Yeah.
of course, the work.
Yeah, work. So there goes the peas,
Yeah.
the
And this is the aloo dum, and a little bit curry on top of it. Just to add it off, yeah. And then
and that's how you're supposed to have it.
yes, yes.
And is this how often in a week? How often do you have this at homes?
When I visit Odisha, so I used to have it like every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean in the breakfast and in the like evening snacks as well. So that's that.
Not so unhealthy. It's healthy.
It's yeah, it's healthy. It is.
Because the vada is made of lentils.
Yes, lentils, but though it's fried, but we put it in the water, so all those like oil come out of it. Yeah.
Lovely. Excellent. Odissi dance is very, very popular in Odisha.
Yeah.
But with me are a few women who are wearing and doing something extremely different,
Yeah.
traditional, also equally important from the land of Odias.
That's right.
Yes. Explain.
Hello, everyone. This is Subharshi, and we're Team Utkarlika. We are very, very proud to present Sambalpuri folk at Utkarlika CIC. Osuk CIC. We are very, very happy for doing the Bali Jatra here. And of course, the idea of us is to promote the culture of Orissa, be it any form that we have. So the idea is to get the folk culture very, very active in the land of UK. And we are just starting it up. So just follow us.
Lovely.
You
guys
Team
Utkalika. Utkalika. What does that mean?
Utkal is the old name of Odisha. So Odisha was primarily previously called Utkal. So that's why we thought let's just get everything back, which is very rich. And why not to present it at this amazing maritime journey, which is called Bali Jatra. You must be knowing about Bali Jatra. It's about
Your favorite memories of Bali Jatra from your childhood. Tell me what you remember.
I think it just got refreshed here because I think back in our country, we used to just go to Cuttack, which is the main hub from where it used to happen. And people used to go and sail. I think we just replicated it, everything out here because we used to go for shopping, for eating, street food.
And I just like to add, we Odias love our food. I mean, you can count.
I love your food.
Yeah. So here, when we joined in and we see lots of lunches for us, we just remind out our like homeland, all the like mutton, chingudi curries and everything.
Yeah.
These are delicious, and it's just remember our old times in Bali Jatra in Cuttack.
And have you tried dahi vada yet?
Yes, we have tried the
And poi chingudi? No.
Please try that. That's
That's why I thought. But that will it count that I tried chena payesh already? I tried dahi vada, yes, and poi chingudi I've not tried. I will try that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Poi chingudi.
3 cheers for Bali Jatra. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. It's your dance. Dance. Go on. See that? Yeah.